How to sell more fashion online is something that all fashion brands want to know, right? But what do we do? Clue, this isn't a video about social media because there's something even more important that you need to be doing to make more sales online. Let's have a look what it is. Hi, I'm Vicky, founder of The Fashion Business Coach, and I love helping small brands to grow and scale their business online. If you're new around here, you might not know that every week I have a free video to answer an industry question, something that somebody's asked me, or to share a tip to help with your fashion business. If you're not subscribing or following along yet, depending on which channel you're watching on, make sure that you do so that you can catch that new video each and every week. So, selling more products online. There's a lot of things that we could talk about here. Why have I chosen to talk about something that's not social media or actual marketing? Here's the thing. Most people forget to focus on their website. They focus on social media, getting people in, getting the likes and the followers and the big audience. But actually, when we come to actually making sales, making money, which is the whole point of a business in general for the most part, right? Or at least a key thing that we need to be doing to keep the business open, we need to be looking at the website. Because if that's not properly optimized to make sales, it doesn't matter if you have 3 million people on your Instagram channel and all of them click through to your website. Because if there's a problem on the site, they're not gonna buy. It doesn't matter how many people you have. And that's why this video is actually about optimizing your website. Because we need to make sure that all that hard work that we're putting into attracting customers, getting them to our site is actually paying off in sales. We really need to focus on a few things that I'm gonna show you in this video. So the first question you need to ask yourself, and ideally ask your customers as well, or at least ask a friend or somebody to go on with a fresh pair of eyes who doesn't know the business inside and out, to ask, is it easy to navigate? Because time and time again, when I've worked with clients one-on-one on this and done kind of an audit on their website, it's just a hot mess. And I hate to say that. There seems to be this thing where people feel like they should put a ton of different options on the page. But actually it's better to minimize the amount of options that you have. One of the many reasons for this is because a lot of people are going to be visiting your site on mobile. So at any time, a call could come through, a text, a notification, something to distract them. So we want to make your website a really easy place to navigate so that if someone's come to your site because they've seen something of yours they liked, or because they need a new insert your product here for whatever occasion, you want them to be able to find it really quickly so that they can find it and check out before they get an interruption. Because we all know in this day and age, it's only a matter of time before we have an interruption on our phone, a notification of some kind, and we're off, we've gone. So we don't want you to lose out the sale just because it took the customer too long to find what they were looking for. The second thing that's super important is building trust. Now this is important for any size of business, but particularly if you're very small or you're a new brand. So many people have been having bad experiences online, and there's varying scales of this. So it might be like a flat out con where they put their credit card details in, they never got the product, their credit card details got stolen, like full on disaster, okay? But some people have like a lower level trust issue because maybe they ordered something and it wasn't quite right, maybe it didn't fit them properly, they liked it but it didn't fit, and they wanted to exchange it and it was super difficult or expensive, or there was a problem with it. So that's going to also put people off. So there's these varying levels of problems that people have had in the past that are going to prevent them from purchasing from you. So what you need to do is prove that you are trustworthy enough. So you need to have on there the reviews so people that know you're legitimate, any press features you've had, and I encourage you to get them if you haven't had them yet. It's not that hard, surprisingly. You also want to have things on there like your returns policy. You want to have all the sizing information, really detailed information on products. I actually went to an online Christmas market the other day and I was so surprised by how many of the vendors just had one picture of their product, and it totally put me off buying because I was like, well, I can only see the front. What's the back? Like, I'm guessing it's not like wide open, but it could be anything. So make sure that you've got a lot of pictures to describe, because essentially you're selling a photo online. You're not selling a product, because people are making the decision to buy based on the photos, the text, a video, if you've got one. They're not actually seeing a physical product, so make sure that you're building that trust there. And the third thing to increase the sales is asking yourself, are you being a digital sales assistant? If we go into a store, we're gonna come across a sales assistant at some point, someone to help us, someone to answer our questions, someone to suggest other products or suggest things that might suit us. There's someone there. On a website, there's not. Your website has to be doing that. So ask yourself, if somebody comes to my website, are they getting a good experience? Can they get the answers to their questions? Can they get sold additional products, which is therefore going to make me more money, get more sales in my business, and sell more fashion online, right? The whole point of this video. So you really need to be asking yourself, is that something that my website's doing? So I hope those 3 things have given you something to look at. So if you already have your website, to recap, you want to ask yourself, is it easy to navigate? Are you building trust? And are you being a digital sales assistant? If the answer to any of those is no, or if you're feeling a bit afraid, maybe you're brand new to this, you haven't actually got your website yet and you want some help with it, I'm excited to announce that my fashion marketing course is now including a masterclass that I recorded with my members called Websites That Convert. What we're going to do is break down all the things that we just talked about in a lot more detail and really talk about how your website can become a sales asset. We want you to be making sales on your site. We don't want it just looking pretty and making no money, right? Because it is a business. Even if you're a charity, we still want the money in for the charity, right? So we're going to talk about that in that class. We also have an ebook that comes with that, really highlighting some of the important steps that you need to take, the reasons for it, and the psychology of a website. As you know, in this video, we've gone through 3 points, but we go into a lot more detail and actually have action steps at the end so that you can make sure that you are ticking off everything that you need to get your website in the prime condition to be making sales. I'm going to link to that in the description. So that's the fashion marketing course, but we also cover everything you need to know to get people to the website in the first place. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you next week. Bye.